Welcome. My name is Miles Simmons Castelline Henry.
And my name is Yananesh Wilson.
And my name is Sasha Melnick.
And my name is Becca Good.
The lower school is excited to host our all-school assembly this morning. We are students from the 4-5 program and would like to introduce our special guest to Waynflete.
Gramophone magazine has this to say about Uman. If any one artist has become an ambassador for many art communities, it's the vibrant people master, Uman, a one-woman force of nature. She is a key figure not only for bringing Chinese traditional music to new audiences, but in becoming a muse for all manner of modern composers.
Uman is recognized as the world's premier pipa virtuoso and leading ambassador of Chinese music. She is a Grammy Award-nominated musician and has carved out a career as a soloist, educator, and composer, giving her lute-like instrument, which has a history over 2,000 years in China, a role in both traditional and modern music.
Her adventurous spirit has led to collaborations across the arts to reach wider audiences. Uman has performed as a soloist with many of the world's most famous orchestras and in some of the most famous music halls, including Carnegie Hall, the Great Hall in Moscow, and the Royal Festival Hall in London.
Uman was named Musical America's 2013 Instrumentalist of the Year. She has been featured on NPR and was the first Chinese musician featured on NPR's Tiny Desk series. She is also the first artist from China to perform at the White House. She has performed with many famous musicians and is the lead musician in Yo-Yo Ma's Silk Road project.
Uman is currently touring the United States and will perform with the Shanghai Quartet at USM's Hannaford Hall tonight in Portland.
This morning she will perform for us on a traditional instrument from China called the pipa. This is a unique instrument and she is a master musician.
We hope you enjoy her performance. Lower school students will ask Uman some questions as she performs. Please welcome our guest, Huaiyang Uman.
So thrilled to be here this morning, and I live in California, so I came from California last week. I'm going to play two pieces. Two pieces will be very different, and one piece is old style, and I will take some questions, and then I play will be another piece, and then we're gonna talk about take another questions. So this is the plan. All right. When I play, just watch. I'm not going to talk about anything, and just enjoy. I will want to see you the first time you hear the live pipa play, and what is your impression? What will be in your mind? So here is very ancient music. I'm sure you have a lot of things in your mind. I know, from kindergarten kids to high school. So I'm gonna take your question.
Thank you, that was amazing. My name is Kola Sherman.
Hi, my name is Amelia Howells.
My name is Morgan Earls.
And my name is Colin Smith Hopes. We are all students from the 4-5 program. Lower school students have done some research by watching videos of some of your performances and learning about your life. We have lots of questions and I've picked some from each program to ask you today. K1 students would like to know, how old is your peepop? How long does it take to make a peepop?
How old? The pipa history around 2,000 years old, it's very old, was introduced to China from Central Asia. You all know where is Central Asia? Yeah, high school kids or not? Yes, where is Central Asia? So the country called Iran. You know Iran? Yes. So pipa, the traditional old 2,000 years ago, the pipa came from Central Asia, which is Iran area, introduced to China through the Silk Road trade. And my particular one, very new, like 20 years old, but older than you. How long gonna make the pipa depends. If my pipa high quality for professional musician play, probably they're gonna use half a year to making this instrument. The reason why they needed such a long time, because the piece of the wood, they have to wait for getting dry to completely. So that's how they make very carefully. So I would say from 3 months to 1 year.
They would also like to know if your fingers have calluses from playing the pipa.
If my fingers callous? Oh yeah, my left hand, you see, when I play, I have a lot of those things. Like, okay, anyone play guitar here? Wow. String instrument like violin, cello? Yes. Oh wow, I see a lot of them from kindergarten, they play. Not from high school. So it's like any other instrument, you know, if you see, I put my finger on each between the frets, so there are a lot of time, I need a lot of tension, and to practice that, a lot of callus on it. Between the notes, and I do a lot of bending notes. So, yeah, a lot, very hurt, but not anymore. When I started, it was very hurt, and now I'm already used to it. Yeah. So I'm sure they have more questions later. And next, I'm going to play another piece, which is very different than you just heard. The piece called White Snow in Spring. Got that? That means weather. But that's old piece. That's 19th century piece. Pipa music, there's no notation. Used to be very old days. There's no notes. Like not like you play piano. You have music in front of you. There's all the notes. We don't have that before. So 19th century in Qing dynasty. Some of you learn Chinese, Qing Dai, and first pipa master, he decided to notate down notes, so he wrote down the notes on the paper. And now we have notation, we have music. So this piece was first in 19th century in that pipa book. It's called White Snow in Spring. In Chinese, we'll be say, 阳春白雪. probably have tons of questions. Yes?
2-3 students would like to know why the frets get bigger as you go up the neck of the pipa, and what type of wood is the pipa made from?
Okay, first I'll tell you what type of wood. So this is, I just mentioned there's one piece on the back. It's in Chinese we call hong mu, red wood, a kind of a rosewood, but only exists in China and Southeast Asia. And front, another piece of wood, which is much softer, like a pine tree, kind of a wood. In Chinese, we call tong mu. So those two. And if you take out the front piece and put it in the instrument shop, people making instrument, looks like a huge spoon. Inside, they curve. And then on the top from here, it's all hollowed. And then very interesting. And all the frets made by bamboo on the bottom, and the top 6 frets is a different material. We have different materials. Sometimes you use jade, use bone, the animal bone, and sometimes use ivory, and that's very old. Why different? Going up, very low sound, like this. And then bottom, very high, that's why the space between is very different. So, like any other instrument, going up will be much lower and coming down is high. That's it.
They would also want to know if there are different sized pipas for different sized musicians.
Yeah, they do. They have a smaller now. I think it was started maybe 15 years ago. They made a smaller instrument for younger children to learn. But when I learned, we only have one size, so it's huge for us to start at a very young age. Yes, now we have different size.
Four or five students would like to know what was the most exciting or interesting place that you've ever performed.
Whoa, I've been traveled many countries, I think over probably 50. I've been in Asia, Europe, North America. I think for me, a lot of people know, go to Paris, go to Germany, and New York. Those countries actually quite common. But I've been in India, Egypt. Yes, very cool. And also a few years ago, I visited the country in Central Asia. I went to Azerbaijan. I went to Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. And those countries actually, for me, are really the most memorable experience.
There's another question. If you were not a musician, what would you want to be?
I don't think I will be scientist. I'm very bad at math. I like to read a book, and I think still in the arts, maybe do some design. Because my father is artist, so I probably have that influence. And I like a do painting, so if I'm not a musician, I may be still in the arts world, but not playing, yeah.
Thank you. We really appreciate you sharing your music with us.
That's all? Thank you. Actually, I have a question for you because I think we have probably 5 more minutes. Anybody notice my hand, this hand? What's going on here? You tell me. What you see?
Your fingers. There are tape on the end of your fingers.
Yes, there's a tape on my fingers. This is the way to play the instrument since 1960s. Before that, we all use natural fingernails, like you play guitar, other instrument. And this is use a plastic, sort of very interesting, a plastic fake fingernails, and use tape on the nail side. So when you play pipa, you pluck the strings out like this, and not like a guitar. Guitar, everything is plug in. So pipa is everything is out. The reason why we use those pick, because we change the strings. Ancient time, we use silk strings. Do you know what is a silk? Yes? Yes. So much softer. And later on, we use nylon strings, gut strings, nylon strings. And 1960s, we started to use metal strings, steel strings, like guitar strings. So that's why we have to have much stronger fingernails and to hold and to play that. So when you see I play, if I use natural fingernails, probably will break very easily. So this is the new way to play this instrument. Now in China, every pipa player have to put on the fingernails and to play. Thank you. So,
I think we have just a moment. If any middle or upper school student has a question they'd like to ask, now would be potentially a time to raise your hand high so I can see. Yeah?
Stand up. 你好. Hi.
你好.
I noticed because when you ask who plays instruments in the school, a lot of lower school kids play instruments, but like when they enter upper school, they kind of give up. So I want to ask, because myself, my friends used to want me to play piano and stuff, but I kind of, they were demanding and all. So
Are you regretted?
what?
Are you regretted to give up piano?
Yeah, kind of. It doesn't like it's awesome to be able to play an instrument, but it's hard. So I just want to ask, like, when you were practicing, have you ever think of like giving up or?
When I practicing, when I ever think to give up, I did. When I started, I know who's in 3rd grade? Yeah, wow, cool. That was the age I started playing pipa at the third grade. And I definitely thought, I played it like a couple of months, I did want to give it up. It is very demanding to practice every day after school, after homework. But slowly, gradually, year later, you kind of get to enjoy it. It's not only the technique side, but you enjoy the music. But for my experience, you not necessarily become a musician, but if in your life you have something with you, music, you have that little, you have that skill. When your spare time, whatever you do in your future, you're probably a scientist, you're probably a computer guy, or you're a writer. But if you have a music appreciation in your life, I think that's very, I would say, it's a beautiful life. So I will encourage you, if you have time, maybe you just pick up to try, get back. Not necessarily be virtuoso, but just appreciate it.
Great. So I'm Ben Thrash. I'm the lower school director. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I want to also introduce Catherine from Portland Ovations, who helped bring Uman here for us.
So it was really a treat to to be able to tell Woman that the students had prepared the introduction and the questions and the research. So you've created such a lovely opportunity and invitation for her to come. So thank you for that. She was really looking forward to it. And I also want to thank my second and third graders in the audience for coming to the BFG yesterday. So you might have seen me in a different, more colorful outfit on stage yesterday at the Merrill. And to thank all the teachers for all your work and for making these connections between the performing arts, because it's so critical and so important, and we're here to help continue to make that happen. So thanks again, and also for the students who could get to Hannaford Hall on their own. I'm looking over here. There's a $10 student discount ticket for this evening's performance. So I'd encourage you. You saw Wuman today, and the Shanghai Quartet was with me at Bowdoin yesterday doing a master class, and they're amazing, and they'll all be there at Hannaford Hall at 7:30 this evening. And for the rest of you, get your parents to come. So I know they heard about it last night when they were here. So thanks again. It's been a real pleasure.